You know, it's great to get a win versus a winning team. That team had been in a bunch of close games and it won a lot of them. And so it's good when you can be in a game against a team that's used to winning in close games and pull it out. So we're thankful for that. You know, we got some things to fix, obviously, red zone execution and so forth. But we'll address it. We'll address it with the win. It's good to be 500 at the turn, like we talked about early in the week, given where we've come from. It's going to still be a while. We'll work forever trying to get that September stench off of us. But that's life in this thing, and I appreciate the effort and the fight. It's good to be sitting at 4-4. I never thought I'd hear myself say that. Man, we had some injuries along the way. Trey Edmonds, ribs. Switzer, ribs. Rosie's re-aggravated his knee a little bit. All those guys will be evaluated. Hopefully it won't prevent them from moving forward here next week. I know that we're going to need everybody because we just need to prepare ourselves to be in battles like that, such as life in the NFL. Nowhere to hide, man. Week in and week out, you're facing stiff competition. And I like the mettle of the group. Some of the adversity we faced was created by us. Hopefully we can minimize that. But I like the way the group fought and stayed in it and did what was required to secure victory. Questions?
How much did you have to kind of debate the pass interference challenges?
I didn't have to debate, to be quite honest with you. I know I'm running on the beach in that regard, but given the circumstances and the gravity of those plays, it was worth the risk, although the risk I acknowledge was extremely high.
Mike, when you were on the competition committee, were you in agreement or a dissenter that play, pass interference, should be subject to video review?
We all agreed that something needed to be done based on what transpired in January football. We've all been very transparent about that. I mean, that's been written and talked about over and over again. And so my position doesn't change based on what happens in stadiums here moving forward. We made the right decision. We did the things that we needed to do to preserve the integrity of the game, to safeguard the game in the appropriate ways. It didn't fall in my favor today, such as life.
How you kind of expected to deploy Edmonds and Trey Edmonds, that is, and Jalen Samuels today, or just kind of how the flow of the game worked out with
it? It really was, you know. Trey is a one-cut, downhill type of a guy, man, and obviously Jalen is good out of the backfield. It was a nice division of labor. Simply Edmonds replaced Connor in a lot of ways in terms of the things that they specialize in doing. But we did what we needed to do given the current circumstances this week. It's not reflective of how we move forward. We'll see what our mix of guys are next week positionally, whether it's running back or any other position, and build our personality and plan accordingly.
Mike, could you comment on the season budget freeze given you, especially the way he's been able to stop the run this year?
He's been a monster, as has TJ. Boy, they're really setting the pace off the edge and really providing a wave that the rest of us get to ride defensively. But that's the nature of outside linebacker play within our scheme, and particularly when you draft them in round one, that's what they're supposed to look like in their mid-20s.
Any reason you can pinpoint why Boswell's been so good this year versus the struggles last year?
That's good Bos. You know, that's what we're used to. That's what he's used to. I think the better question is what happened last year, but we don't have to ponder that. We're in the present.
How much did the Colts offense change with Hoyer versus preparing for Brissett all week?
Minimally, and we know that about Hoyer, man. I think that's one of the real attributes of Hoyer, man. He's been a part of our program. He's one of those unique veterans, man, that can really be ready to play on a limited number of reps, and the game plan doesn't have to change at all. He is just that sharp of a guy. We know that firsthand because he was part of our organization. So we didn't anticipate it changing at all, and he proved that to be true.
Mike, there are multiple reports out there that you guys inquired about trading for Le'Veon Bell this week. Did you?
Not to my knowledge, no.
Connor came in as doubtful. You guys didn't roll him out. Is there any update on him and whether he was close to playing? Or
I'll give it to you guys on Tuesday, you know, in terms of what next week looks like and further discussions regarding him. I'm sure there's an update, but I'm not privy to it. As we lean in on game time, I focus on the guys that are playing.
Is there anything in the play selection offensively that may help Rudolph maybe kind of start a little faster because he's been a little sporadic?
No, Rudolph needs to help Rudolph start faster. But no, we'll do some things. Obviously, we hadn't gotten off to the type of start that we want to, but starts don't define us, thankfully.
Is another example of great anticipation by Minka on the interception?
Yeah, Minka needs no endorsement for me. The tape is his storyteller. He's been really rock solid.
Coach, the miss by Vinatieri at the end, was there anything that you did defensively, or is it just one of those things that happens?
They're better to speak to that than I am, be honest with you.
What's missing, or why some of the inconsistencies with Mason from your standpoint?
He's a young guy. He's a guy that's missed some time due to injury and coming off of a bye week, man. We're just trying to find our rhythm and traction, and we can't, have a lot of self-inflicted wounds along the way. We've had some. Thankfully, it hadn't prevented us from winning. We need to get better. And not only him, but us, the units, collectively. We got to start the games faster than we have. And it's as simple as that.
Given everything that's happened, you said you never thought you'd be, happy to be 4-4, but you're pretty much right where you want to be now, given where you were.
We're far from where we want to be, but we'll take it.
Anyone else? All right.
Thank you, guys.